I've been a cowboy as long as I can remember. It wasn't until they brought the cameras that they started calling me actor. Since 1903, the cowboy has appeared on the silver screen. The same grit and reliability that works for us on set is what we depend on every day. Products that are tough. After all, this is our legacy.
Welcome back to the UWS studio. I'm Steve Ross here at the 2025 Run for a Million. If you were here last year in 2024, you were treated to an incredible run by this guy. Kyle Trahern won the $1 Million Cow Horse Classic Challenge Championship, riding his great A Starlights Magnum. You still remember that night?
Yeah, hard to forget that.
Yeah, it was a good one. Now, I'm fascinated by this horse because he's bred to be a reiner, sort of. But he's got a blue-collar background, and I love, if you could tell his story a little bit, how he went from just another gelding to, he's about as good a horse as you've had, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, for sure. So some friends of ours had him, and they were coming up and working some 3-year-olds and stuff, and they were just kind of working him. They had had him his 2- and 3-year-old year. And so midway through his 4-year-old year, I guess we ended up seeing him, and we bought him from them. We, like I said, we owned him, so he didn't get in the barn, didn't get trained on a lot. He just got kicked out with them other geldings, and we used him and ranched on him and stuff. And I showed him his 5-year-old year a little bit in Hackmore. And then his 2-rein year, 6-year-old year, he set sail. I mean, he did really, really well in the 2-rein year and then the bridle. You know, he's won just about everything we've tried to take him to.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned that because my wife has a good mare. We waited till she was 6 to show her.
Yep.
And she just went on a tear.
Yep.
I hope more people kind of take your approach. We did it because we couldn't afford to sell her.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
You know, we're stuck with her now. But that horse, under these conditions, you got to feel like there's no reason he can't come back and do this again, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, is he just that much more cow smart than the next horse, or what is it about him, if you could put your finger on one thing that makes him different than the rest?
That horse, you know, he's real smart, and he's just, I've never had a horse that's on your team as much as him. He, you know, he feels like he knows his job, and he's good at it, and he knows he's good at it. So the prep work, getting him ready for something like this, is really just keeping him feeling good and keeping him happy. And then, so when we go show, it just feels like he knows the routine. He's not ahead of you. He's been exceptional horse to get along with and go show.
Boy, he looks like it. Talk about the cow horse industry a little bit. You start thinking about the crowds at the world's greatest.
Oh boy.
At the Futurity in Fort Worth now, since it moved from Reno. And then this event here in Las Vegas, standing room only. When you're starting out, thinking you're going to make a career out of this, did you think you'd play in front of crowds like that? And what's that done for your business?
No, I never thought so. I mean, I've been around long enough to remember showing in the World's Greatest in Stephenville, and it was Super Bowl Sunday, and everybody leave to go watch Super Bowl. You know,
and it rained,
and it was cold and wet, and so yeah, I never envisioned this kind of stuff, but. I think when the Run for a Million deal started happening, and it just drew so much attention to our industry.
Well, I remember the first time going and seeing the finals when it was still in Reno, and there were still a ton of legends showing then. And the goosebump factor at a cow horse finals, I don't know if that's even a term, but it's different than anywhere else. Do you feel that when you're showing? Do you know it's going as good as the crowd thinks it is?
I think so. You know, the first big finals I ever made was one of the, it was in Reno several years ago. And yeah, I mean, it was the electricity in that warm-up pen, trotting around in that little indoor up behind the main pen was intense.
That makes you really have to trust your horse, right? Because know at that point, well, we're kind of done. I hope I trained you.
Yeah. No, and out here, it was last year was even more so. But I think the difference that in this event compared to like the Futurity or something like that is these horses, we've been there, done that on all these horses. If we get our horses shown good, if nothing bad happens, we've got a pretty good idea. They're all. I mean, you may win or lose, but you're not going to be terrible. You know, and those 3-year-olds, you just never know.
All right, handicap it a little bit. Outside of yourself and Starlights Magnum, give us just one horse to watch for in the cow horse.
Oh, all 15 of them have earned their spot here, and they're all obviously they're all good horses or great horses.
That's a great answer, Coach.
Yeah, that's
Coach Saban.
yeah.
All right. Kyle Trahern, defending champion for the Run for a Million Cow Horse Challenge, riding his great horse, Starlight Magnum. If you don't like this horse, you don't love horses. Kyle, thanks so much for stopping by here. Best of luck in the finals, and we hope you're a 2-time champ.
Thank you for having me.
All right.